We are ready for day 4. Day 4 is going to be a whole workshop class in and of itself. Now, one thing I am going to say is do not skip any part of this, because I'm literally going to be walking you through how to simply market your handmade business, because we know to market your business, it takes like a freaking village in and of itself to actually get that job done and get that job done well. So what I really wanted you to walk away with by the end of this entire challenge, and don't forget, it's not over yet. There's still a bunch of live streams I've got coming up, Q&A sessions, all that kind of stuff. So please don't think that by watching this, that's it, we're done, because we're not. But I really wanted you to walk away from day 4 with a plan in place of how to market your business effectively, but also doing it in a simple way. So let's just run through days 1 to 3 and what we've done so far. So day 1, we identified the products that do well for us. We brainstormed the 6 degrees of separation for those best selling products. Day 2, we did the 3 T's, which is terrific SEO, which I cannot obviously spell terrific because it's spelt wrong here. Tantalizing photos, total trust. Day 3, we then did the 3 to 5 different listing hats and the A/B testing. We talked all about that. And day 4 is going to be, it's going to be so good. But at the start of this challenge, I shared a bit of a shocking fact. And some of you guys were like, wow, like that's really discouraging at times, that like 90% of us won't even change and nothing will be different for us, right? 90% of people never change because their comfort zone keeps them sealed in. And if you've ever kind of done any research on people who are under chronic stress or anxiety or anything like that, you know that as soon as we get stressed, as soon as we get anxious, as soon as there's a little inkling of us getting outside of our comfort zone, our amygdala, which is a little like acorn size bit in our brain, sort of like in the middle between our ears, that switches on. And it's what we call like the lizard part of our brain. It's the oldest part of the human brain, switches on, and it's like, fight, flight, freeze, right? And that is, on a small scale, what happens when you even think about stepping outside of your comfort zone. And I was inspired by these flowers I picked from my garden. They are all actually from the same plant, believe it or not. Some of us have a touch of dark pink, the spark, the will, the drive to change. Some of us are still budding and still growing, and that's also fine. But every so often, you see a flower in full bloom, all dark pink, ready to break free from the norm. And it was really like a nice way to reintroduce this idea that you might be a flower that's just budding. You might be a flower that's got a little bit of dark pink, mostly light pink, but you might be the flower that's like, no, I'm done, I'm out, I'm gonna do this, And I just want you to know, which of these flowers are you right now? Because honor wherever you are at. Are you still budding? Are you growing with hints of color? Or are you in full bloom, ready to break free? So day 4 mission is, by the end of this, you'll have a clear social media marketing plan for your business and an unmissable opportunity to grow your sales to 5 figures a month, if not more or less, whatever works for you, really. So step 1, the 5 R's of marketing. Simplify your marketing, make more profit, and learn how to market your products with ease. So these 5 R's are the key to creating effective marketing strategies. And that's actually like my main thing is I'm a marketing strategist that specializes in handmade business owners, right? And bonus that I've ran my own handmade business myself. I've helped hundreds of handmade business owners and non-handmade businesses actually grow and reach more people, get more eyeballs. But that's really what I want to go through with these 5 R's. And I want to make sure that we are driving the right people straight to your shop. And this is something that, as you can see, the 5 R's, they all start with right, because it has to be right. Each of these 5 phases, they have to be right. And for a handmade business to be truly successful and able to weather anything like algorithm changes, wise, recessions, any bad thing that's going to happen to it, you need a two-pronged approach to traffic. You cannot survive on one. This is something that you are going to have to take my word for, because it is so hard when I see posts of people who just relied on one, and then something changes and their entire business comes crashing down. And this is why we have a two-pronged approach. And it is this: you want to leverage search traffic. So that's things, let me just grab my mouse. That's things like your SEO, all those kinds of things where you are looking at, okay, I want to get shown in front of the right people that are typing in certain words that link in with my product, right? It is really the core of SEO. And if you're listing on somewhere like Etsy, Google Shopping, all those kinds of things, then this is where you're like, right, I want to try and get myself a slice of the pie from people who are searching. The other side, which we haven't really touched on that much yet, but this is what day 4 is going to be all about, is driving your own traffic. So that's the two-pronged approach. So in days 0 to 3 of this challenge, we focused on leveraging search traffic. That's really what we've been looking at, because it's important. Making sure your listings actually get seen and get clicks. But now it's time to switch gears. Let's focus on driving your own traffic, because you have to have these two things. Otherwise, when something changes, which it does do, if something was to break, if something was to go down, if there was an algorithm change, if something happened to one of these traffic sources, the idea is that there's always one to back it up with, okay? However, if you're just relying on one of them, it's going to be really hard for you to avoid any pitfalls, problems, anything that gets thrown your way, right? So remember when Etsy was saying about, hey, we need you to all have shorter titles, and everybody went and changed their titles, and then as it transpired, shorter titles don't really rank all that well, and everyone's views tanked. If you were driving your own traffic, that wouldn't have been such a huge blow, right? So you can use these 5 R's, by the way, across any marketing channel. It can be social media, it can be ads, it can be email, it can be whatever you want, or any other online campaign you run. So don't just think I'm talking about social media. I'm talking about marketing your business in general, right? And the 5 R's give you a simple plan to use social media, marketing, email, all that kind of stuff. But the majority of us are going to be talking about social media. So that's the example that I'm going to use. But like I said, you can use this with any. And it's going to make it so easy, right? That you'll wonder why you ever overcomplicated the living S out of it in the first place. So if any of these 5 R's are out of balance or missing, your whole marketing system can come crashing down and crumble. And as we go through them, what I would love for you to do, there's going to be a set of questions I'm going to flash out on screen. They'll be in your PDF as well. But I want you to actually score each of these R's out of 10 for your own business, because then by the end, you're going to know exactly what R is kind of limping along and not really pulling its weight. Like, what is the weakest link, if you will? All right. So let's start with the first one, right people. So when you create content for social media, for email, for wherever you're doing your marketing efforts, you must always have a target person in mind, especially for sales posts. So you want to ask yourself, who is the perfect person that this post is aimed at? Then you want to write it and craft it and create it as if you are speaking directly to them. Please don't go on to socials wanting to go viral, because trust me, you do not want to go viral, because going viral means that a bunch of people who are never going to buy from you, who don't really care what what your account's about, who aren't really bothered, are going to see it. Okay, so you don't really want to go viral, to be honest with you. All right, but instead, you want to focus on who is that one right person, who is my target audience, that perfect person who I'm writing this for. You need a target market profile that's detailed enough to know exactly what kind of content, what kind of style, and what kind of profile they would most engage with. Make sense? I'm just going to pop my glasses on because I can feel my left eye going. Ah! All right, so you need a detailed target audience profile. God, these are so dirty. Hang on, let me just wipe these just so I can actually see what I'm teaching. But can you see just how important this is? Because if you're just doing like a general, like, oh, I've just made that 10 times worse. If you're just doing a general social media post, for example, and you're just putting something generic like, check out this new addition to my shop, or 25% off sale running now, you're trying to speak to the masses, you're trying to speak to everybody, but you're not really speaking to anybody. Because as you can imagine, when people scroll socials, their attention is being pulled in 70 different directions. So in order for you to catch people's attention, you have to be speaking directly to them. That's a lot better. You have to be speaking directly to them. And in order to reverse engineer that, you have to have a target audience person in mind when you first begin to write. Okay. So for example, we have 2 holiday booking accounts, right? We have Hayes Travel Westbourne, which is relatively local to me. And then we have TUI, right? On one hand, this is just, well, I no words, to be honest. It's very generic. It's very like not specific, doesn't really have a target audience in mind. It's just posting for the sake of just posting. Do you know what I mean? It's not really the vibe, is it? It's not really doing anything. Then you have TUI, who know their target audience are thinking about holidays, sunshine, tropical. And they know their target audience really, really well. So that is what they post. They post a lot of like tips and tricks and inspiring imagery that are really like tapping into the vibe of holidays, sunshine, relaxing. Whereas Hayes Travel, not so much, right? So I'm just going to pause that a sec. So what I want you to do now is to do a boot camp. All right. So who is the target audience of this profile? Go. So tell me who the target audience is of this profile. I'm going to give you a couple more seconds. So let me just play this again. So this profile here, who's the target audience? So I think it's fair to say that the target audience is people who are Japan enthusiasts, who love Japan, who want to go to Japan crazy, want to know more, find Japan relaxing. I follow this account and I love it because I just feel like Japan to me is so relaxing. I don't really know why. It just has that calming effect, and I'm just fascinated by the culture. I would love to go one day. So for me, the target audience are people who love Japan, and that is me, right? Next, we have this account here. So tell me who is the target profile or the target audience of this profile. So this is a donut shop that I order far too many times than I would care to admit, especially for someone who's supposed to be on a freaking diet. But it's for people who love donuts. It's for people who do have that sweet tooth, people who just love the colors and just real like foodies at heart. So can you see, just by scrolling through, your target audience should instantly get that affinity to the profile, to you, your products, and what you're all about, really. Okay. So I want you to answer these questions on screen now. Now, I'm not going to read them out because we'll be here all day, but these are all questions designed for you to be able to score your own profile so that it's going to highlight which of these R's are not really working for you. Okay, so these will be in your PDF, so don't stress about, I mean, you can take a screenshot of them if you like, but just please make sure that you're scoring yourself honestly, because if you don't, you're going to shortchange yourself. All right, so the second R is right place. So a home hub. Now, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to grab a podcast episode for you. I'm going to give you the episode number. And it's where we talk all about your home hub. And it's going to be really important. Let me just type in hub, do a search and see if I can find it. No, obviously not. Okay, right. Let me just pause and I will see if I can find it. Okay, so it's episode number 26, and it's what is a social media home hub and how do you find yours? Please go and have a listen to that, because it's going to explain everything about your home hub and all that kind of stuff. But this is your singular marketing platform that you focus on. You should be focusing on one social media platform, one marketing platform, one place at a time. You want to master that, aka until you're getting consistent sales and views from that one platform, that one home hub, and then that should be the place where you nurture your target audience, your customers, potential customers off of your shop, away from like your shop. Okay, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to always be like showing up all the time being like, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. You want to actually nurture people, and you want to make sure that your primary home hub, is it really the best place to reach your perfect people? So let's say, for example, your home hub is in Instagram. You like using it, it's effective. Yeah, you haven't quite got it there yet, but you know you can crack it if you're consistent with it. Okay. Now you've got that in your head, you want to be asking yourself, is this really the perfect place to reach my target audience in the best, most efficient way? So here, and I've taken these stats from Sprout Social, but here is some rough idea of the target audience for each platform. So we have Instagram, ages 18 to 35, identifying gender, 48% female, 51% male, time spent per day, 29 minutes. And I've listed them for Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok as well. Now, Pinterest, not technically a social media platform, but it quite often gets thrown in the list. It's technically a search engine, but I'm just going to chuck it in this list because everyone knows it's a social media platform. But you want to make sure that you choose one, and it's got to be your perfect place. Now, I'd recommend doing some research outside of what I've just listed here, because I've just listed some very basic things. You want to be doing some more research outside of this to make sure that your home hub, your singular place where you're going to master first, is the right place. All right. So it's got to be right people. It's got to be the right place. Because let's say that, you're trying to reach, I don't know, males who are in their early 20s, Pinterest is probably not going to be the place for you. You're going to find it extremely hard to reach your target audience. But Facebook and Instagram might be more of your bag, or maybe TikTok would be where you should better spend your time and energy, right? You want to make sure, like I said, that you research on your own and you get clear on who you're trying to reach and where they actually spend time online, because that is the simple fact of, you just want to be making it easy for yourself to show up in front of those people. And to make it even easier on yourself, you need to make sure that your target audience are actively active on that particular platform that you want to be using, And here is some questions, and don't forget, I really want you to score all of these out of 10, just so we can see if this right place is working for you. All right, number 3, right message. So when you show up on a platform, are you sharing the right message that aligns with your brand? Brand consistency is absolutely key, okay, across your feed, visuals, messaging, everything. So, is everything in keeping with the brand identity that you want to project? Remember the two holiday booking platforms? I've got Haze and I had TUI. One was very basic, just showing random pictures, all different, not really in keeping with any kind of brand at all. The other one was very branded, was very, very like within the target audience vibe. And it did the job that it was supposed to do, right? Brand consistency is key. So let me know, what 3 words describe your brand? Okay, just think of 3 words that are the core theme of your brand. Okay, and here's the real test: can you say the same 3 words about each one of your posts? And that's the long and the short of it. Okay, that is the ultimate test. Can you honestly go onto your feed and go, yes, like I can see my brand values and I can see my brand vibe and I can see almost my target audience coming through in my posts? The answer is no. They're probably too generic. They're probably too focused on going viral, too focused on trying to please the masses. And it's not going to attract the right people. And this might be the R that's limping along, not really pulling its weight, that needs some work. So an example here is on the left-hand side, we have this Mother's Day: treat yourself to something that's just for you because you deserve more than flowers. On the right, you've got, check out this new addition to my shop. Which one is going to attract the target audience more? It's going to be the one on the left because it's so specific. And to be honest, even I wrote this like in probably like 30 seconds. So it's not even that great, but I just wanted to put a visual example here. So I had something to like reference, but even still, it's not great. It's probably like a 6 out of 10, but it's so much better than the one on the right. Another example is for a shop that sells planners. On the left, you've got, it's been a tough week, but I'm starting today with fresh pages and big plans. Who else is filling up their planner this morning? Then on the right hand side, you've got a generic like Canva clip art, I suppose, image, and it's just like, who likes to-do lists? Like, which one are you going to vibe with the most if you are someone who is a prolific planner, someone who loves buying planners, who loves being organized? It's going to be the one on the left, isn't it? So, I'm going to pause that. So, bootcamp, let's have a little brainstorm. Is this the right message for the profile's target audience? This here and this here. 3, 2, 1, go. This is love our David Hasselhoff, Joey. We've got new for you. There's a new Biscoff babe on the scene. So personally, I think it is really in keeping. You've got really yummy imagery here. You've got some fun like caption things here. I would say it's quite kind of in keeping with the target audience, although the David Hasselhoff thing, I feel like people maybe under 20 years old might not know who that is, but you can see that it's very much fun, light-hearted foodies for sure. Next one is this one. Is this the right message for the profile's target audience? So we have like penultimate day, hardest day, like cycle challenge thing, and it just says, to Fuji we ride. So my opinion is it is the right message, but I feel like it could have been tweaked a little bit, like to be a bit more, I don't know what the word is, to attract people who love Japan a little bit more. But they mentioned Mount Fuji. They're obviously like in the background of heading towards Mount Fuji. So it's not bad, but it could be tweaked a little bit more. Now, here's the questions that I would love for you to answer to give yourself that all-important score out of 10. So the fourth R is the right product. Now that you have lined up the first 3 R's, it's time to show up with the right product or solution for your perfect people. So you want to ask yourself, what's your target audience's biggest problem that they have in their lives right now? Then you want to also ask, which of my products solves it? So, for example, if you've got a bride planning her wedding day who has a 5-year-old flower girl who's thinking, I don't really want to spend a lot of money getting her hair done on the day, because I know that she's going to be doing cartwheels in her dress. It's going to go all over the place, but I want something nice. Her biggest problem right now is trying to figure out a solution to that problem, right? And if you're someone who sells hair bows, you might be like, okay, like my product, a flower girl hair bow, solves that particular problem, right? So it's as easy as that. All you have to do is look at your product and say, why would someone buy this? Like, what issue, problem, thought even would it solve in their lives? Okay. So another example, if your brand and messaging attracts busy mums who want party planning made easier because they just do not have the time, they're working 5 days a week, they do not have the time to sit and plan like a Pinterest perfect party, don't show up on your social media with a post bragging about a brand new 200-page planner on how to plan your perfect birthday party, because it's not easy, right? They're not going to want to sit down and read through a 200-page planner. They're just not. So keep your content aligned with your ease brand message. And this is a really good example of where you might have some really good product ideas like this 200-page planner, but it doesn't fit in with your target audience's struggle. It's not aligned with your target audience. So it's a good product, but it's not a good product for your specific target audience. Make sense? So another example, if you sell meditation candles, don't suddenly post about launching a new jewelry line. That's going to confuse people. People are going to be like, what? I thought you were like the candle lady. Like, why are you now doing jewelry? Like, what? We know a confused mind says no. So stay consistent with your brand so that your audience knows exactly what to come to you for. Make sense? And here's your scorecard. Answer these questions. Give yourself a score out of 10. So the fifth R is write metrics. It's super important, really important, to check on your marketing home hub every month or every quarter. I do mine every month to see how it's really performing. So remember we talked about the A/B tests in day 3. This is kind of basically along those same lines, right? The numbers tell us when we're drifting off track and when we're absolutely knocking it out the park, because the numbers don't really lie. So again, rather than making changes based on feelings and not facts, you want to be looking at, okay, what are my metrics for last month? Did I knock it out the park, or was it not very good? Does that make sense? Focusing on the right metrics can completely transform your social media strategy and guide it towards real profitable results. Looking at the right numbers without guesswork can turn your social media strat around and guide it straight towards more profit. So you want to ask yourself, and by the way, in terms of what metrics you should be looking at, it depends platform to platform, but the number one here is always going to be engagement. Engagement is always king when it comes to social media. So you want to be looking at things like watch time, engagement rate, like how many people saved it, how many people shared it, liked it, commented on it, views, all those kinds of things. Now, notice there, I didn't say followers. Followers is the biggest lie, I think, on social media ever. Followers are a byproduct of doing everything right, okay, of doing these 5 R's. It should be at the bottom of the list, not the top. Does that make sense? So you should be looking at how many views am I getting? What's the engagement rate like? Like I said, all those kinds of things. You should not be looking at how many followers should I be getting on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. It's a byproduct. So make sure to answer these questions, all right? And score yourself out of 10, because this is really going to highlight everything for you, all right? So let's get real for a minute though, okay? I want you to think about, or maybe even like answer it in the Facebook group. How long have you been working to reach your shop goals, right? Has it been 2 months? That's 1,460 hours of showing up for your shop. Time you could actually turn into real results. Like out of those 1,460 hours, if you've been going for 2 months, How many of those have been spent doing things that have actually moved the needle, that have actually worked for you? If you've been working on it for 6 months, that's 4,380 hours of effort in your shop. And imagine what you could achieve if you knew exactly what was working. You could like halve that, if not more. If it's 12 months, that's 8,760 hours of showing up for your shop. Time that could be turning into real measurable results if you can focus on what actually works. Remember I said in day one, we want to teach you focus. We want to make sure that we're getting rid of all of the mess and the noise and the stuff and the bells and whistles and crap, to be honest with you, that's not working for you. We want to make sure that we are making ourselves laser focused, leaning into what is working. We live in a society, and I've mentioned this throughout this whole thing, that acts like money and time are equal. The honest truth is they are not. Time, once it's gone for good. Money, you can always earn more. It is endless. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but as a resource, it's an endless one. Time, it's a limited one. We all carry like a permanent sand timer on our backs that's quietly counting down the grains of time we have left. Not to get morbid, but it's the truth. The goal here, ultimately, with your grains of sand, is to spend each grain doing what truly matters, whether that's playing with the kids, going out on fun adventures, doing stuff that brings us joy. We can spend each of these grains on things that are truly worth our time, things that align with our values and actually makes our lives better. But too often, we waste our grains of sand scrolling endlessly on social media, zoning out to random YouTube videos, or patching together bits and pieces of advice that don't actually work for us. So I'm going to be taking that sand timer off your back and placing it right in front of you. That's what these slides are designed to do. And how many more hours are you willing to waste seeing how it goes, or waiting until the time is right, or sorting things out, or getting my head in gear? How many of those things have you said to like family members or friends when it comes to your business? Because honestly, it's time to stop drifting, and it's time to start actually taking control of the hours that you spend, of the hours that you're going to spend on your business. By now, you've seen a fair few times that it is possible for you too. You just need to take the right steps. These are screenshots from the HBSA, and you should be really starting to see that these are real people with real businesses that were in the same boat as you with their brands. Okay. We have, that is blocked out the name, but it says here a conversion rate of 3.7% and 66 orders in just 30 days. I think this is Ellie, actually. Sarah says, made my 1,500 sale yesterday. Alex says, stops mindless wandering, the course that is, and it just helps to really stay consistent, right? Sarah says, if you're serious about your business, this is a must. My absolute go-to for any small business advice and support, worth its weight in gold. The free events, lives, and workshops are fab. I joined for the paid course. It's already paying for itself. If you're serious about your small business, it is a must. Tara said, this course is amazing. So much info, it's crazy. Constant support from email and Facebook group, which I love. Everything we've talked about, all the screenshots that you have seen, it is possible for you too. And I promise you that it really, truly is. And I want all of this, all these cool like results you've been seeing. I want all of this for you too. All right. I'm going to share a bit more about how I can personally, me and my team can help fast track your business success, just like the amazing student stories we've looked at today, day 1, 2, 3, all the ones that you've seen, all the screenshots. And listen, boss, you've basically got two choices, right? And this is the fact of it. Choice 1, you can be a starving artist Sally who tries to figure it out for bits and pieces of free advice, still banging her head against the wall in 6 months because growth hasn't happened like she hoped, and keeps running a business that feels misaligned and like she's pushing a boulder up a hill. Or you can be a flourishing Flora who knows exactly what to do next to grow her business, knows how to boost sales when things slow down, and runs a business that's recession proof and algorithm proof because she knows what to do and when. And because of that, she enjoys predictable growth and momentum whenever she wants it. So be honest, which would you rather be, 1 or 2, A and B? So now It's time. It is time. Enrollment for the HBSA is officially open. And this is to build your business to predictable 5-figure months on Etsy, your own website, and with in person events. And the link is down the bottom there for you as well. So there's a QR code. In fact, let me just grab that link. And I will just make sure that I have got it. There we go, all sorted. So you really want to be making sure that you're putting your time and effort into things that actually move the needle for your business. That's an obvious thing, I know, but the HBSA is that plan. This course is your roadmap to focus, the hold your hand guide to making more profit and your guiding light to help you 2x/4x your sales while building the business of your dreams. You can skip the guesswork with this. You can get straight to the good stuff and spend more time doing the things that honestly really matter in life, like the whole sand timer thing. I mean, let's be honest, like, is tweaking your SEO for the 7th time this month really that? No. You know what I mean? Is rebranding again for the 4th time really gonna? No. Is, there's lots of different things that we do to try and keep ourselves feeling like we're doing something and we're keeping busy, but this is a surefire way to kill your productivity, to kill your creativity, and to just throw your time down the toilet, to be frank. And we've helped over 800 bosses become flourishing florers with the HBSA. Now, in this course, we're giving you the winning combo, like I've mentioned before, of the 4 key things you need to make your business a success. And this is based on proven stuff that I have done, because it used to just be the course, then we added the community, then we added the coaching course, then it was the cohort. And now those 4 things are absolutely key. We have the course, the community, the coaching calls, and the cohort as well. Now, if you would like a one-to-one 15-minute business chat with me or the team about the HBSA, we've made it so super easy. You can use our funky little booking system to book in a slot to chat with us about your business, about what you're thinking, and ask us any questions about the HBSA. So we've also popped that link down the bottom for you as well. I'll pop it in the description, the HBSA link and the link to book your chat. But if you do want to talk through anything, we are here for you. So you've seen the student stories sprinkled throughout the slides over the last few days, and every single one of them comes direct from the academy. We screenshot it and we pop it in here just to prove to you that, like, this is a thing that can be done. All right, I promise you. And oh my god, there's just so many. Like, I'm gonna go nuts here reading all these out, but you can take a screenshot if you want and have a little nosy yourself. So the HBSA is a 5-phase course, because a lot of you have kind of said, okay, cool, but what actually is the HBSA? It's a 5-phase, fully fledged course, okay? And it's designed in the phases for a very specific reason, all right? So phase 1 is 21 video lessons and PDFs for you, okay? And this is designed, phase 1 is designed to prepare you and your shop for the system, right? Phase 2 is 88 video lessons. I think we've just added about 5 or 6 more, so I think that's now gone up. But this is where we really create the system and transform your business. This is where we increase your conversion rate. We make sure that people trust you more. We really kind of hone in on all these things. We talk about target audience, niching, SEO, descriptions, copy, customer service, getting more reviews, how to start up your own website, how to rank. I mean, there's so many different things. I'm also going to be giving you guys a sneak peek in a bit as well. So if you want to see a bit more about behind the scenes of the course, it is honestly such a massive course that sometimes I like miss out on saying a thing that's included because there's just so much in there. And also, just a reminder as well, if you do want a one-to-one chat with us, you can book that by scanning the QR code or going to the link below. Phase 3 is 8 video lessons and PDFs. This is designed to analyze the stats that you have. Phase 3 is all about making decisions based on facts, not feelings. And we're going to give you a complete business dashboard that you can kind of alter and change and make sure that every week you are tracking the right stats so that you never go wrong. You always know, okay, last week my views were a bit lower. This is what I need to do. And we actually walk you through that. This is what I need to do in order to get those views up. It's almost like a shop doctor built into phase 3. Phase 4 is the marketing phase. So we have gone through phase 1 to prepare you, phase 2 to prep your shop and the system and everything you need to turn those viewers into sales and avid fans. Phase 3 is all about, okay, we never want to go back to not making sales again. So this is the system and the phase that we implement in order to do that and not go back to not making sales again. So between phases 1 to 3, we're pretty much there. Phase 4 is all about marketing, scaling, and filling the system with the right people, aka I'm going to teach you how to market your business. Paid social media, email, things like Etsy ads, offsite ads, we cover all of that. And phase 5 is all about, there's 10 video lessons in there. Oh, I didn't mention, there's 22 video lessons in phase 4. I forgot to mention that. But phase 5 is 10 video lessons, PDFs, everything that you need. And this is really covering advanced scaling problems, time management, all those like advanced problems that you're gonna maybe get by the time you get to the end of phase 4. So would you like a little sneak peek behind the curtains of the HBSA? I would love to share it with you. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to the dashboard just so I can show you. Here we go. So this is the course dashboard here. Just ignore this little preview window thing. It's really annoying. Every time I cross it off, it comes back. So we have the orientation module here. So I'm just going to click on a video lesson just so you can see what it's like. We have carving out more time for the course, and this is where you are going to download your 30 minutes a day growth schedule. So if time feels a bit heavy for you, give me 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and I will get you through the course. We then have an overview of the entire system. So everything I'm going to walk you through how we're going to turn your handmade business into a continuous loop system so that when you get people to your shop, you're not just losing them and never talking to them again, you know? We then have phase 1, which is, I'm just going to go through these. I'm just going to click a few because obviously I don't want to go through them all. How to change your life, talking about habits, talking about how to implement the right ones to grow your business. Then we have phase, this is all in phase 1 actually. We talk about your own website here as well. Website in a weekend course, part 1. We actually walk through all the places to have your, when we have the print by print on, talk about them. So if you haven't got your own website yet, then maybe you just have an Etsy shop or vice versa. We teach you how to set up either one if that's the thing that you want to do. Then we move on to phase 2. And phase 2 is massive. We talk about, I mean, this is the target audience, one of the target audience lessons. We talk about storytelling, target market, branding, photography. We actually have a photography expert come in and teach you how to do product photography right. And she's in hand in the group as well to answer any questions that you might have. So you always have other experts in there as well. Where I get to photography, we have how to create products, finding your niche. So for example, let me just go to a lesson in finding your niche. We talk about a 3 to 4 approach. Then we also talk about clarifying your offer, how to price your products, sales copy, customers, search engine optimization. I might just go to this one just to show you, but this is a well over an hour lesson on how to rank SEO for your own website, and we also do one for Etsy as well. I think the Etsy one's a little bit longer. And then we have, like I said, phase 3, which is here. A/B testing the shop doctor, data sheet. We move on to phase 4, content marketing, product launch marketing, paid marketing, social media marketing. There's a lot in here. Now that's just the 5 phases. I haven't touched on the bonuses yet, and I am going to talk about those in a bit, but also there's some added extras. We have the replays for every single challenge that we've ever run. And there we have 5 years plus worth of coaching calls in there for you as well. So as you can imagine, there is a lot in this course. Now, this program will give you everything you need and the support to go from 0 to consistent 4 and 5 figure months on Etsy and your own website. And we'll be watching you, not in a creepy way, but we're going to be supporting each and every one of you the way that works best for you. We're in your business with you. This is not a hands-off program or just a curriculum for you to follow. It's an academy, and that's why we call it that. So this is why we have the 4 different aspects to this course. We have the course itself, which is where you'll start your learning and get the know-how to take your shop to consistent 4-figure months. We then have the community where you'll get peer-to-peer support and real-time answers from experienced business owners. The cohort is where our HB coach, Handmade bosses, HB for short, will keep you accountable in the community and make sure that you stay on track. We then have the monthly coaching calls. This is where I personally will go on live with you and answer your questions and look at your business with you. We'll bring it up on screen as a group and we will have a look at it together. Completely self-paced as well with lifetime access. So please do not worry if like, oh, now's not the right time. I feel like I need to wait until the kiddos at school. I'm back at work. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like, it's lifetime access. So no matter when you buy it, you're going to have lifetime access. Okay. And it's completely self-paced as well. And a reminder, if you do want to book in a little chat with us, you absolutely can. If you scan the QR code, or I'll pop the link around this depending on where you are watching it, you can book in a little chat with us just to go through a few things, ask any questions, and we have a limited availability on those. If you do want them, book it in. We have some really cool goodies for you. So we have lifetime access to this course, okay? Now, someone said to me once, they said, okay, Steph, but what happens if like something happens? Like 20 years from now, something happens, you don't want to do the course anymore. We actually had someone who said that another person in like the kind of Etsy industry, she had a course, she bought the course, and then the person decided she didn't want to run the course anymore, and she completely lost access to everything. Now, the honest answer is I don't see myself ever not wanting to do this. I've talked very like passionately about everything the last 4 days, as you can probably tell. But I would literally keep everything uploaded. I'd probably upload it to something like Google Drive. Like, you're never going to lose access to this stuff. So you do get lifetime self-paced access to this course. Don't ever worry about that. You also get, oh, that's worth £5,997. I worked this out because I've been looking at what other people do in my industry, right, in my niche, and they often do it for like a 3-month or like a six month, and it's like priced like pretty wowzer, if you ask me. And I worked it out because not only is a HBSA everything you need for Etsy, your own website, in-person events, but it is also lifetime. So you have years and years and years and years of use out of this. And that's how I worked that out. We then have a 10-week coach-led cohort. So that will start very, very soon. In the next couple of weeks, we'll give you the dates. If you want to know when the date starts for that, you can. It will be in the group anyway. We'll announce it and say, hey, the cohort is starting. That is valued at £997. We then have lifetime live group coaching calls with Steph. And this is honestly priceless, because if you have a question that you want an answer to, I'm there every single month doing a live where you can ask questions. So it's honestly like one of those where it's like, even if you're like doing a craft fair and someone said something to you, you didn't know how to turn the conversation into like more of a sales focused one, what would I say? You can ask me that. If you're like, I've just listed this new thing, I'm not sure if the keywords are right. Are they long tail enough? Are they right? Can you have a look? I can do that. I've just rebranded. Does my logo look right? I've just taken these new photos. Do they look right? All these kinds of questions that you guess and put in other Facebook groups never kind of get a concrete answer. I personally can actually answer those kinds of questions for you. There's also 50 plus hours, probably more, of 50 plus hours of previous live coaching calls. So honestly, like they're worth a lot, because you can imagine over time loads and loads and loads of different members have said, hey, can you answer this, can you answer that? And to be honest, they're probably going to be questions that you have too, so they're really valuable because you can actually go back and watch those. So good. The affiliate program access as well, so if you do want to become part of our affiliate program, we do have that for you too. We have the 5 R's of Marketing extended workshop with Q&A at the end. So this was a live workshop that I did. It is very long, very detailed, where I go in even more detail. All the stuff that we've covered today, I go in even more detail in this workshop. Okay, so it's basically the 5 R's extended edition, the better edition. We also have the maker mentality makeover course that sold for £497. It's now actually a part of the HBSA. The same with the cash converting community, that's valued at 497, and that is where basically I teach you how to start your own Facebook group, one that's going to get you a group full of customers ready to buy and get your first 500 group members in 6 weeks or less. We then have a winning SEO formula workshop. That's worth 397. I can't talk at this point. £97 in and of itself. Build your marketing funnel with Steph. That's valued at 497. Your 6-figure selling planner and live workshop. That's 397 as well. There's a lot in here, as you can see. We also have an AI masterclass, how to use AI to save time and make more profit. 6-step framework to an algorithm-proof Etsy shop by utilizing a standout brand. That's in there as well. That's worth 497. And we also have so many more bonuses. There's more bonuses than you can shake a freaking stick at, I swear. Plan your epic business refresh and 2x your business output masterclass, worth 497. We then have Behind the Customer's Eyes masterclass. That's valued at 497 as well. Critique your own Etsy shop mini course with homework marking by the team in the group. That's worth 597. And you get extra bonuses as well. So like I said before, we get the 30 minutes a day growth schedule. So if you're worried about time, please do not be. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, we will get you through this course. Valued at 97. The complete quick cash injection system. So if you need cash quick from your business, we're going to show you how. The Boss Finances formula and template. If finances have never really been your thing, this is going to help you with that, because certainly it hasn't been for me, and this helped me loads. The keywords to Kaching formula and planner, the ultimate social media growth package with content planner and content ideas, the badass beginner strategy, 30 days to a kick butt Etsy shop. If you are brand new, don't even have an Etsy shop yet, you want to listen up for that one. We've also got a ditch the 9-to-5 survival strategy. So if your whole bag with this is to leave your job, that's one you want to look out for. We also have the Christmas prep masterclass for you as well. So if you're like, I want to know how to prep for Christmas, I want to see how Steph would do it, that's in there. The sellout launch email sequence system. So if you want to do email, it's all in there for you. Copy, paste, all those kinds of things. Productive professional strategy planners. If you're like a bit like me, ADHD, not very good at planning, that's in there for you. We've also got a couple of images that have gone for a little walkabout on the slide, but we've got the product launch 888 best-selling bundle. Basically, this is everything you need to do a product launch. It's valued at 997. It's so valuable. It's so good. I literally give you everything you need: social media posts, emails, everything you need to run your own product launch. That is a doozy of a bonus. We've also got step-by-step to a profitable Pinterest account workshop and class in there too. And here's that QR code if you do want to book in a chat with me and or the team, depending on who's available. These are limited. They do go quite fast. If you want to talk about your business, you want to talk shop with us, you want to ask us questions, that is where you do so. So all of this, I've been yapping for ages, I know. All of this is worth £20,408. I think that's a 7 or a 4. We'll go with 4. So 20 grand plus. If it cost 5 grand, it would be a pretty good deal. It doesn't. If it costs 3 grand, it still would be a pretty good deal. The investment is £75. That is for the 18-month payment plan. So we have spread the cost of this out for you because we know that cash flow is a big deal within your business. So we've actually extended the payment plan. This is only available throughout this particular challenge. It's limited because believe me, there's a lot of cost involved. You would not believe in doing an 18-month payment plan. So 75 squiddly doos a month, 18 months, and then it's done. You have it for life. It's paid off at that point. It's not a subscription, a membership. It's then paid off. So we have multiple different options here for you as well. We have option 1, 18-month payment plan, option 2, a 12-month payment plan, or you can just pay in full and just get it over and done with. You can do that too. So there is a lot that we have covered. You've seen a lot of different screenshots, a lot of people saying, I don't know why I ever hesitated in signing up for this course. Aurora said, I made a month's salary in a week, 2 weeks in a row. I love the HBSA. I've started, but I've learned so much already. My conversion rate is through the roof. Basically, this ish works is essentially what I want you to know. All right. So I know that like looking at these numbers, the payment plan can feel a wee bit scary, can't it? I'm just gonna have a little sip of my water. And I get it. I really honestly do. But let's say your average order value is £25 per order on average you get. That would be 3 orders a month, and that would cover the cost of the payment plan. Done. 3 orders. That's it. 3 orders a month would cover the payment plan. All right. Then you have, let's say you do 39 sales a year, right, with the average order value of £25. That would cover the cost of the pay in full. So you make 39 sales in a year, and that would cover the cost of the pay in full, which, my God, we would hope that you would do. If you have an average order value of 25 quid, we would hope that you're making more than 3 sales a month, 39 sales a year with us. All right. And again, I know I keep yapping on about it, but here's that link again. If you do want to scan the QR code, that will take you to a booking link where you can book in a chit chat with us. Now, I know that a lot of you are going to have doubts and you're going to have some questions, and I am going to be popping up some posts for you to ask any questions that you have. And if you want to book in a chat with us to ask me and all the team directly, we can do that. But I just want to answer a few things here for you. So if you're worried that you won't have time to implement everything, we have you covered. So we have, like I've mentioned, a 30 minutes a day growth schedule for you. Give me 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day, which is, to be honest, probably the same amount of time that you spend on Instagram, scrolling endlessly, let's be honest. And that is 2.5 hours a week to grow your business. Plus you get lifetime access. It's fully self-paced. You can dip in and out when you want. Now, the issue is that sometimes I get people who have said in the past, I can't spare the time right now, so I'm going to enroll when I do get time. The issue is with that is that the HBSA has increased price over time because we continuously add stuff to it. So and you get the added stuff if you're already in it. So people that enrolled in 2020, people that enrolled in 2020 are getting the new versions of the course whenever we upload it, because to be honest, we cannot be bothered to have like HBSA, a different one. So we just shove all of the new stuff in the current course, so existing members will get access to it. Now, that being said, like if you leave it until next time we open it, it might be £1,100, it might be £1,200, it might be £1,500. The issue is that I cannot guarantee the price is not going to increase, and it has done a fair few times over the last couple of years. So my advice would be, if you're short on time now, but know in a few months you won't be, get on it now, because you know it's going to be that price, right? You can still dip in and out, like 30 minutes a day, five days a week is nothing really. What if I need extra help? That is why we have the Facebook group, the monthly group coaching calls, but it's also why we run a 10-week cohort with the HBSA coach Jane, so that you're guided step by step and get the most that you absolutely can out of this course. Will this work for print on demand, printable, or digital shops? Abso-freaking-lutely yes. Many handmade bosses in the community run downloadable shops as well as product-based shops, and the system works beautifully for both. What if I sell one of a kind or vintage? Will it still work? So the answer here is yes. The program is built to give you a strategy that increases sales, whether your products can be replicated over and over again or not. Some details might look a little bit different for you, but you'll still create a roadmap that works for your business. What if I'm a complete beginner and I feel overwhelmed AF? The new business wobbles are real. I get them whenever I start something new too, every single time. I absolutely do. The first thing I do though is I find someone who is already where I want to be and I follow them. I spend time learning from them. I invest in their coaching. Example of this is when we launched the podcast last year. I was like, I could wing it. I could try and like figure things out on my own, but I don't really want to because I know that that's wasted time and I can't replace my time. So I invested in a coach to help me do it. And it was the best thing I did because it catapulted the podcast, and the success that it has now is because of that person that I invested in. You don't have to reinvent the wheel if you don't have to, you know. Will it keep me accountable though if it is self-paced? The answer is absolutely. So we're here to hold your hand when you need it and give you a kick up the butt if that's what it takes. You will not be left on your own, but we also understand if life gets in the way, we can also go, okay, cool, we're going to put that on the burner for now, you know. So you get weekly check-in posts, an alumni community, monthly group coaching calls, cohorts for extra support. And by the way, you can join, like even existing members can join the cohorts, and we run them 2 to 3 times a year. So there's always going to be another one. They're kind of like buses, you know. And also I'm in the group every day as well. So you will be kept accountable. What if I don't have an Etsy shop or website yet? No problem. Whilst we reference both Etsy and your own website, the course doesn't lean more towards one versus the other. It also works if you're selling at in-person events as well. Many people have both or just one and still do really freaking well with it. Now, the common one I get is I'm scared to invest in case my business fails. And I get it. Investing can feel really scary. Stepping outside of your comfort zone always feels scary. It never gets easier, trust me. But that's why we've shared real stories during this event to show you that real people with real businesses, with real brands are getting these kinds of results. But here's the truth. What got you here, like I said, way back in day one, what got you here will not get you to where you want to go. Otherwise, you'd already be there by now. What's standing in your way might simply be having the right mentorship and a course program guiding you, one that's cutting through the noise, re-energizes you, and keeps you focused on the steps that lead to consistent 4-figure months. You bring the creativity, I'll bring the strategy, and all you have to do is follow it. It's as simple as that. So what has been your biggest aha moment from day 4? Okay, what's been your biggest aha moment? Your biggest like, oh yes, I didn't think of it like that. Let me know in the Facebook group comments. So step 1. We did the 5 R's and we went through each and every R. You scored yourself. We've done amazingly well there. Now, step 2 is to join us inside of the HBSA if it feels good and get everything you need to skyrocket your handmade business. And it really, truly, honestly will. So let me know if you have any questions. I am happy to help. If you email support@handmadebosses.com, support@handmadebosses.com, you can find us there. You can also DM me. You can book in a one-to-one chat with us. I'm going to pop all of these things around this video depending on where you're watching it, so you have all of the links that you need. But if you're ready to join us inside of the HBSA, we would love to have you. We honestly would. This is a proven program. We've been running it for 5+ years now. We know it works. You know it works. You've seen results. You know exactly what it's going to do for you. Now the ball is in your court. Are you ready to invest in your business, your future? Are you there with me? And if it's not a right fit right now, that's fine. That's more than okay. But I wanted to present this to you because I know it works and I know it will help you. So bosses, This is not it. We do have some live Q&A, some live streams coming up for you. All of those will be in the group. But for now, my loves, thank you so much for reaching the end of day 4. We really hope that you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And I will catch you all in the next live that I do. And I cannot wait to see you there.